Show everyone can see and hear you. Hey, there we go.
Should we do 30 seconds again? Hey, it's like a real show now. Are you there? Do you have audio? Are we showing up?
Here. Do you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Testing,
good.
testing.
Let me. Hey, it says live now.
Woo! For 45 seconds.
Yeah, great. Yeah, good. Okay, everyone's talking. All right, good. Hello.
Hello.
This is the late night. I gotta try and be quiet because my wife gets up super early stream.
Got it.
That's not the title of it. I called it Mand Streams. Like
Okay.
Mandalorian.
Yeah. I
Like-
get it.
Like streams.
Yeah.
Cool.
Makes sense.
I should probably read the
Two
intro.
things together, and it's automatically a new word. Got it.
Yeah, like a hipster. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. I am Sean Crumble, creator of Smacked in the Head, the animated series comic, and host of Random Back Issue Comics on this very YouTube channel. I am joined by my high school best friend, Steve, where we usually talk about comics and nonsense and usually toys, and I learn how to live stream. We actually have topics now, as I try to keep my voice down to not wake my wife if everyone missed that. We are actually going to be reviewing Mandalorian episodes so that we have content for the next, 8 weeks? Are there 10 episodes or 8?
I don't know. I never.
Oh, I don't know either.
There was
Well,
10
anyway.
last season.
I thought there was 8
But I don't
last
think
season.
this show.
Real smooth operation you got going here, buddy.
Yeah.
I meant me.
Yeah, that was great.
Mandalorian seasoning, paprika, 2 episodes. Count. You count. 8 episodes. So for the next 8 weeks, we're going to be reviewing each of the episodes. It premiered on Friday. I assume everyone's seen it by now. Now
I
we're
know
going
a few
to
people
talk
are
about it.
waiting till
For
a few
all of them?
more episodes are out.
They should
Really
probably
start
stop watching this stream then.
Yeah, they probably should, or push mute.
Yeah, or they just... There's no one watching. It
That
tells
guy.
me there's 0 right now. And I'm going to eat this Rice Krispie treat.
Go for it. Do you have any trick-or-treaters?
Never.
No.
I never do.
I
We
put a
live in an
bowl out
apartment.
and- I put a bowl out on the front porch, and when I got it about 1 o'clock this morning, it had a couple handfuls taken out of it.
That's it? Someone didn't just
Yeah.
go. How
you know,
honest.
like, douchebags, kids
Thieves?
in our neighborhood.
I think every neighborhood has douchebag kids.
Yeah, well, the kid, they play basketball in the middle of the night, like till 2 o'clock in the morning, and that's about it.
I'd murder them.
in the summer. I've had to ask them one time to stop, but they try to keep it down pretty good. They're good people.
How dare they?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Anyways,
Steve, what do you think of the Mandalorian in general?
Oh, you want to start it off right away? Okay.
Yeah, why not? What else we got?
Yeah, sure.
That's what people are here for.
All
That's what
right.
the
So
thumbnail
let's
looks
start
like.
with season
I
1
mean-
since we.
I'm going to eat this too.
Okay.
Season 1, go for it.
Yeah, season 1 was great. I mean, it had its issues, but it was like small little things that were wrong with it. Probably the same things that are going to be wrong with this season too. Nothing major. The story overall was great. There was no mysteries left unsolved other than the cliffhanger they had at the end, which was
What
typical
was
of
What was the
the show.
cliffhanger?
Just where he's going with the child and
That's so sad.
that's hilarious. Just where he's going with the child and what's going on with the other characters, stuff like that. That was the cliffhanger. And a dude cutting himself out of the TIE Fighter or TIE Interceptor with a black blade.
Mm-hmm.
The ebony blade? I don't know. Wait, that's Marvel. Well,
Dark
Marvel
Saber.
now.
Dark
Yeah,
Saber.
that's it. But that was the name of a book. I don't know why they called it a Dark Saber.
Because,
Black Saber.
I would say that there's no originality.
Ebony
But
Saber.
that was before he sold it.
Oh yeah, of course.
Because it was in the Clone Wars
in the
show.
90s.
Right, but
Yeah.
the Clone Wars shows was still owned by.
Yeah. When they sold it.
I would chalk that up to George seeing the EU as research and development more than anything, and just taking things that he likes again.
And I think that's why I like the Mandalorian, because it's just the expanded universe to me. Although the whole thing. So how long has it been since the Sith? How long was
Sith? Return of the Jedi?
Revenge of the Sith. Yeah. No, Revenge of the Sith.
This is after Jedi.
I know that. I'm asking how many years between
19,
New Hope and
18 to 19.
Jedi?
It's like 9. It's like 3 years in between each movie.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
Empire and Jedi didn't have 3 years. That was just a couple of months. Because
I don't know.
Shadows.
It always changes. It always
Shadows kind
changes.
of like brought it in. Yeah, I know. Anyways, the timeline is like, I
What?
guess it's been so many years that people just forgot about the Jedi Council existing at least 50 years in the past. I mean,
They've been doing that.
Remember 50 years in the past.
They did that whenever George was screwing up the prequels. Everybody was like, nobody remembers the Jedi? How do they not remember them? Like, maybe you wouldn't have come across them, but how would you not know about that?
People would have remembered the Purge.
Yeah.
Basically.
Well, they would have known that there was a special police force that attached to the government that ruled them.
I mean, on Coruscant, they had a giant temple. I mean, it was basically wiped out overnight.
Yeah. Yeah, and he even made an announcement.
The generals of the Republican Army.
Yeah, the Republican Army, yes.
Yeah, or whatever they were.
But
that's what they were. They were general. They were heroes. People knew what the Jedi were during this whole time.
And then
just to like, was it like a dark force power? Forget about the Jedi.
And if you accept those movies as being well written,
of course not.
And
they
then you
can back in the 70s.
Then you could say I meant the prequels. Then you could say that Palpatine staged it so they looked really bad. But even then, you would still remember that they existed.
Yeah, of course. A good amount of people. I mean, even in the far reaches of butt crack of the galaxy.
Sure, you would have been like, oh, I've heard of those.
Yeah.
Like, you'd have to be on like a planet like new to this Republic and stuff to be like, I don't know what that is. That's a Jedi? Can I eat it?
Yeah. It's like the only people that know about Jedis are who watch the movies. Like, we're the only ones that's supposed to know that Jedis actually existed. Nobody else in the universe was ever supposed to know they existed.
They kind of gave you that impression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, okay, back to the Mandalorian anyway. First season, like the cliffhanger, what are they going to do with this one? And,
I didn't understand. I had no memory of a cliffhanger. I knew that guy was there and he was still alive.
I mean, it wasn't really a cliffhanger of, oh my God, are they going to live or survive? Like, blah. No, it was just a cliffhanger in the sense that it was the mystery continues. Like, who are these people? Like, they didn't answer what Moff Gideon, I think that's what he was called.
I still have no idea why he's in the show.
Famous actor. Good.
He's in a lot. He was in some show I had to watch. Something of Harlem. Kings of Harlem, I think. He's like a politician in that.
Good or bad? Like what side?
It's a drama show, so good and bad.
He was in Breaking Bad towards the end.
Oh yeah.
His character was just ruthless. It was awesome.
He looked really old to me in the Harlem show. So when they brought him on this, I'm like, he does not strike me as a spry fellow, just based on that show.
I like that he's old. He reminds me that he's a Moth in exile type thing. Like he's just been living on his Star Destroyer, just like,
Mm-hmm.
like
So
trying
you're
to and survive.
so you're
He hasn't
initial.
changed out of his armor in 2 years or something.
Ugh.
Oh, yeah.
Me neither. So overall, you like season 1?
Yeah, it was fun.
Okay.
A couple of episodes I really despised, just because it was cheap storytelling.
Oh yeah, the Seven Samurai / Magnificent Seven one,
Yeah.
where you teach the fishing village. The only thing I liked in that episode were the Marauders because it made me think of Battle for Endor.
I liked this thing.
Yeah, I've seen those. I got one of those. Doesn't have a fancy paint job, but
No,
if you press a button, the legs do this.
That's amazing. Well, that's the Lego version. The Lego version doesn't move. It just spins its head around like real crazy. Like,
what was the other episode you didn't like?
I wouldn't say I didn't that was the only episode I truly disliked in the storytelling wise. I had like the other aspects of that episode.
Sure, I mean, when you can, it's like anything. You can hate most of it and still like parts of it,
and find good stuff in it.
I'll be honest with you, I don't like season 1, but I love the toys.
I liked how it incorporated more Star Wars than anything I've seen of Star Wars in a long time.
And all I hear
that's all I really truly got from it.
Yeah. And all I hear about online is people complaining that it's too fan service. And
it has little aspects of it.
I kind of get that, but like this season, the first episode has Tatooine, and they're like, "There's so much fan service," and I'm like, "At what point is it not fan service, and it's just how the planet looks?"
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So season 1. Oh, I took notes. Season 1, I don't.
Yeah,
I didn't.
Me too.
There's one episode that I can actually remember really liking, and it's the Jawa one.
That one was just great.
Specifically, I love him climbing the sandcrawler because it makes me think of Super Star Wars, and you have to shoot the Jawas out of the little windows and stuff.
Yeah,
that was fantastic. And I felt like it. I still don't know why they have red eyes, but I was fine with them being a different tribe. We'll get to that.
Exactly. They were on a different planet. They weren't on Tatooine at that point.
Yeah, but I rewatched the first episode for 2 today, and they had red eyes, and I was like,
"Oh, did they?"
Yeah, whatever.
Maybe it's a disease.
Maybe. Yeah, they're all dying. The episode with the what are they? Are they mercenaries? They're trying to bust a guy out of jail.
The other bounty hunters type thing.
I hated it. I hated it.
I liked it and I hated it also. That one was annoying. Loved Clancy Brown as the Delorean. That was awesome.
That's actually a big pet peeve of mine, except that it's Clancy Brown and he's in heavy makeup, so it works.
Yeah, exactly.
But seeing mother effing Bill Burr walk onto a ship, I'm like, is he going to insult Philadelphia for the next 45 minutes and call them all slobs? I don't want to see Bill Burr in this show. I don't want to see, what is it, Brian something, the guy that drove the land speeder in like the first episode and that got eaten. Brian Posehn. And even Amy Sedaris. I'm like, did they just get all their comedian friends and say, do you want to be in Star Wars? I'm like, I don't want to
quit watching stand-up comedy. I don't find it funny anymore.
Well, I used to listen.
I do not know who any comedian is other than like Eddie Murphy and Robin Williams. Those are the only stand-up comedians I really know.
Well, one of them is still funny.
George Carlin.
I listen to Joe Rogan. Well, not as much as I used to, but so I know all of them because he's friends with all of them. And Amy Sedaris, I just know because she's in like everything.
I mean, I hear the names. I couldn't put a picture to their faces, so it doesn't bother me. I guess that doesn't bother me as much. The Bill Burr thing, yes, because that's all I saw. I don't see those characters when you put something like that. I don't see characters being played. I see them playing themselves cosplaying, basically.
A lot of this show feels like cosplay.
Yeah, for the most part.
But also, it kind of works to its advantage in some instances because it's like they don't have the budget, so they have to scale back everything, which makes it more original movie feeling, kind of.
Right, yeah.
But that also is a disadvantage. Like when they go to see Amy Sedaris, and she's the only one in most whatever with the 3 pit droids. She's the one that's holding the kid. Yeah,
see, I like her. She was funny. I like the.
Yeah, she's good, but it's still
I like the attitude she has.
But like
I've seen her in other things, but I didn't know she was a comedian.
But when they go to see her and she's the only person in town, that bothers me. I was like, can you send like a grip to walk through the background or something?
I felt like they were just in her shop and just cut down on extras. Like they just, because I think even if you are a grip and you're on camera, you have to be part of. You have to start paying dues.
Hollywood needs to die. Anyway,
and then if you speak, it's more like you have to have another license to speak on film.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous. So I can understand that, and I just felt they kept her in that.
Isolated.
Yeah, that was her shop. No one else worked for her except for her droids. So it didn't bother me.
I love that. I love seeing pit droids. I hate the prequels, but I love seeing pit droids.
They're so stupid.
Yeah, they're great. They're like the 3 stages.
But they know what they're doing. Yeah, they're like the 3 steps. If they know what they're doing, they might, screw up a couple of times, so they're going to get the job done.
Yeah.
But let's go back because I've got notes. And
I've got notes.
A bunch of my notes.
All right. Well, let's start with the opening. We'll try to recap as we go.
Yeah.
Show starts. He's walking down the street with the twerp and a little Easter egg hovering along next to him. They're seeing crappy graffiti.
God, I would love one of those things.
A crappy egg or a hover egg
that would follow me wherever I go. I could put my kid in it. Yeah,
I would sit in it. Great. I would sit in it with my legs up and go. Arr.
Well, yeah.
Like it would basically be. It'd be that, but I'd be like. I might have a paddle to push me in case it didn't, it wasn't strong enough to carry my body weight.
No, but you close the lid and just kick it and it just comes right back to you. Yeah, that'd be great.
You just want to in there. I just want to kick my kid. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying the way he did that in that scene. It was great.
That scene was so he's walking down the street. He sees eyeballs, red eyeballs from the shadow.
Yeah, what the fuck were those things?
It doesn't matter because it made me think of old comic books, and I was cool with it.
I felt like, what did I write down? Ghost dog eyes. Weren't they like kind of spiritual? Like transparent?
They were silhouettes.
Were they? Yeah, I thought you could see.
Hold on, I think I have a picture of it actually.
Or something.
Yeah, I have a picture. I have a picture of what I think you're talking about. Share screen, application window. There you go, ghost dog eyes.
That's exactly what I was talking about.
Forrest Whitaker. I couldn't think of his name. I always forget. Yeah. So there's a bunch of crappy graffiti. I thought I saw C-3PO's face in it.
I know, right? I watched it twice. I could have sworn that was C-3PO. I'm sure there's some hidden things in there, some hidden gems, or that was done by like Banksy or something.
Banksy?
Yeah.
Is that still a thing?
I don't know. I think so.
That's like so 2009. Do I have any pictures of that? I do not. I tried taking pictures of my television screen in like the middle of the day. Did not work out.
No, it usually doesn't.
Oh, I didn't even get that one?
I've got it on my iPad. I can do screenshots next time and send them to you.
Well, you know what? My mic isn't even plugged in. I think it sounds terrible.
Probably.
Sorry, folks. I was trying to get... Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I was trying to get pictures off of my phone earlier to do this. I'm trying to make it like a real show. And I forgot to plug my mic back in. Well, that's interesting. Anyway, so he walks up to the place. I got notes. Hold on, my phone keeps going to sleep. Walks up to the police. Yeah, the police. He walks up to the police. And
the Twi'lek who spoke basic, he didn't speak Twi'lek.
And he looks like Dracula. He made me think of Dracula.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So he goes inside. He says, "Enjoy the fights." And there's 2 Gamorrean guards, which are one of my favorite alien species ever, banging away at each other with axes.
Yeah, the pig fights were amazing.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Still feels low budget, but I'm cool with it. Because the heads are Gamorrean. From here down, it's a green guy naked.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's cool.
Pretty much.
What is the force field around the stupid axes? Like, he's gonna die, or he's just gonna finish him, and it's like, well, why is there force fields?
I think they had, like, hit points type thing.
Oh.
That's what I felt. They were, like,
smart.
So they didn't kill each other right away with the first swing of an axe.
Sure. That makes sense.
It made it last longer, so they maybe had, like, 10 hit points, and then, or if you fall to the ground, you lose it all the way, and then you die.
Get rid of the referees if they have digital hit points. You don't have to worry about it. Yeah. There's every once in a while they'll do something on the show that absolutely reminds me of the Bounty Hunter game from PS2 with Jango Fett.
Oh my god, I had dreams about that game.
I like that game a lot. It's a pain in the ass because I can't get the bounties, but like the ship design when they first showed that was immediately what I thought of was Jango's first crappy ship, and then in this episode, them going to the fights, like I was like, this is how Bounty Hunter starts. So I enjoyed it. It was fun. You have any notes on that? Oh, you know who actually makes an appearance, and I can't find the picture of it now. It's the first time he's ever made an appearance in Star Wars. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh. You just left me hanging. I was like, do you know
who? I was waiting for you to finish.
Oh, I
didn't know you wanted me to guess. I don't know who.
I said, do you know who?
Oh, no, not at all, man.
Effing Constable Zuvio is in the stands. And you're like, who the hell is that?
Wait, hold on.
He's notorious. He's notorious in toy collecting. I will share my screen. Share screen. Burnt application window. Share. Constable Zuvio. One of these helmets is in the crowd cheering for like a split second or two. He kicked Luke Skywalker out of the Force Awakens toy line because he was supposed to have more screen time than Luke Skywalker.
There he is. Yep, right there. Yeah, look at that. You had the whole screen.
Yeah. I was like, that movie sucks. But we had leftover costumes.
5 minutes, 16 seconds in, they show it.
Oh, yeah? Nice.
If you want to
that. Yeah, if you guys want to jump on that. All right, anyway. Shields, Zuvio. That's all I got for that so far. What else? What do you got?
Yeah. I like the Gamorreans fighting and everybody cheering. It felt like it was going down like just felt good. Felt real.
Yeah, felt like a movie. Felt like a show.
Yeah, like I was watching the story unfold, like and it wasn't being forced down my throat.
Oh yeah.
Like very obvious of I don't know, everything being explained to me as we're going through. Like I don't know what the heck is going on.
I have a thing about that. Something I noticed this episode that I did not notice all of last season was music. So like when he starts fighting, the guys, I was like usually if I'm watching a movie and I hear something that pulls me out and I'm like, what is that sound?
Mm-hmm.
That's a great soundtrack. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So when he's beating all the guys up and throws his knife across, I was like, I kind of hope that's on a soundtrack somewhere or I can find that. And there's like three instances in this episode that do that.
Oh yeah, the soundtrack is... I love it. I have the first season's soundtrack, and it's just great too.
Yeah. Just so we're
that fighting. I loved it was actual fighting, not him just defending himself against giant axes like in the second episode of last season. And that was like the only fighting he actually did other than with blasters.
I don't remember.
He was punching his way through this. He was actually doing fighting moves.
Yeah. Well, in case I didn't make it clear at the beginning, I don't like season 1 of The Mandalorian. I like one episode really, and then but so like starting this, you'd be like, why are you watching this if you don't like it? It's like, well, there's been so much bad Star Wars. If this is terrible, it's not a shock to me. If it is better, it'll be okay. It got better. That's cool.
Yeah.
So I will point out things that I do like and things that I don't like. Ooh.
Right.
All
right. So he strings the dude up on the light pole.
Yeah, stumpy arm dude, stumpy arm Cyclops. That looks like he looks like some other movie that I've seen, and I can't place it.
The one-eyed dude.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he just looks like every Cyclops.
Yeah.
What a racist!
Jason and the Argonauts. That was it.
Such a racist. Oh, all Cyclops look the same, huh? Yeah.
But he did kind of die by his hand. He just didn't pull the trigger.
I knew as soon as he said "You will not die by my hand," I was like, "You're dead."
Like, yep, he's dead.
I've seen that in other things already, buddy. Yeah. Well, and like stringing him up, whole thing. It was like he's acting like how Boba Fett always did in the comics and books, and it's like you're finally putting that on screen in a different character.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. Mandalorian, that's their training. Whatever.
Yeah, but not the crappy Clone Wars Mandalorians that live in cubes. Right. I don't like those guys. Anyway, strings him up. He tells them that it's a little weird to me. What?
Nope. Go ahead.
Did I interrupt you?
A little weird. No.
Oh, we just started at the same time. You owe me a Coke.
Yep.
I am very thirsty.
Well, I got tea.
I guess. He has to find a Mandalorian to send him through the correct underground channels to find where the kid comes from.
I think he's looking. That was kind of like the cliffhanger. He was like, "You've got to go that one armorer Mandalorian chick."
I hate her so much. Go ahead.
What did she do?
I hate her armor. I hate her voice. I can't stand her.
Oh, I loved her armor. She's like a Zabrak or something.
She looks like a barbarian, and I'm like, this feels like
it was great. Snoo all the way. Death by Snoo.
Just like a half hour ago in my head, I thought the flesh is willing, or the spirit is willing, but the flesh is spongy and bruised. Yeah, I don't care for her. I hate her golden helmet, but that's just me.
I had no problem with her. She looked cool.
They announced 2 vintage collection figures. One is Moff, what's his face, with the dark saber, and the other one was her. And I only pre-ordered the Moff with the lightsaber. Like I need another dark saber.
I don't think I have one of those.
No.
My box of sabers.
The Clone Wars toy line had the John Favreau guy. What the hell was his name? Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, he was a Mandalorian that came with it, and I bought it for that sword.
Right,
and then
that's right, the blue dude, right?
Yeah,
the blue Mandalorian.
And then I was gonna throw the figure away and just keep the sword, but then he was really posable, and I was like, "Oh, he's pretty cool, actually." Oh, I always remember it. I can't think of it. He is. It is not showing me.
I could have sworn I had that black saber. Dark saber, whatever it's called.
Dark saber.
Oh, okay.
Empire Falls, Mandalorian, Steel Armor from Mandalorian. Anyway. Oh, Pre Vizsla. It came to my brain. His name is Pre Vizsla. It's not a normal name. It's not even a normal Star Wars name.
Anyway, so that chick tells him he's got to go find other Mandalorians. Other Mandalorians know where other clans are, other underground things. Did
Stumpy Cyclops guy? Is he the one that's responsible for all the dead Mandalorians last season? Because he said something vague about finding their nests or something.
Yeah, he was hunting Mandalorians too, probably knockoffs who had Mandalorian armor, and he was just killing them.
No, Jodo Cast, no.
And then
obscure reference.
I think the ones that died in the other one were done by the Stormtroopers.
Empire. I don't know. I never felt the need to go back to watch season 1
because they didn't take their armor; they just piled it up. They weren't after the Beskar.
All I saw were the helmets. I guess the other stuff was in there. Yeah. That's what she said.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So I felt that's what he was doing. He was just trying to find other underground Mandalorians. Any Mandalorian that was making a name for himself.
All right. Stupid fun. So he's
back to Tatooine.
The only planet in the entire universe.
You would think it's the only place that exists in Star Wars. There's 3 planets. Yavin 4. Mm-hmm. There was Alderaan. It's gone. Mm-hmm. Coruscant.
You never saw. You saw Alderaan once.
Yeah, I know.
At the
blew up.
No, well, yeah, from the outside. I mean, on the planet. Isn't Revenge of the Sith? He's on the planet with his wife, and they have baby Leia, and it's the only time you ever see Alderaan.
That's why I said you did have Alderaan. And then you have Tatooine and maybe Karashik, whatever you call it.
Kashyyyk.
Yeah, there you go, Kashyyyk.
Yeah. I still hate what he did to the design of that place. Ah.
Yeah, I know they did a good job in the books explaining how it was just a tree-covered world, swamps and
trees,
death.
Yeah, and the underbrush is all death and violence and murder.
Yeah, they don't go down there. They don't touch the floor.
See, I think
sloths mixed with tigers.
Oh, I'm a Toth. With
a little bit of monkey.
Of course. I still hate the designs of the Revenge of the Sith Kashyyyk.
Yeah. It's horrible. Beaches and
I can only think that he did that because he thought it looked too much like Endor.
Probably.
But that's horseshit because we've had
treetops. We wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. George is
okay. Anyways, so the ship comes flying down into Tatooine. Love the ship, even though it's a flying brick.
Yeah, well, it's the Firefly ship. I made that joke in my video. My note for right here, we already discussed. Yeah, I forgot I had that. I was like, where is that? My note for this part was, oh, F, I forgot about the cameos. Because I hate the cameos. But she's all right. I'll get used to her.
Yeah. I mean, once they leave Tatooine, I don't think she's going to be seen again. They didn't use her a lot last season.
They didn't this season. And I thought he actually was going to let her take care of the twerp again.
Yeah. But nope. He takes off on a badass speeder bike from Return of the Jedi. And he's a terrible parent flying through the sand with no goggles on that kid. Impaled. I mean,
they just wanted to see his ears flapping, so they didn't give him a helmet or anything.
I don't care about a helmet. He would screw a helmet. I'm talking about sand particles flying as he's speeding down, just filling the kid's eyes.
You obviously have a child.
Goggles on that little kid. Come on.
Slap some goggles on those effort. I was thinking, the second time watching it, I'm like, he's getting a lot of sun on his head. Why doesn't he have a hat?
Yeah, big little hat. Little baby.
Give him one of these guys. Have the ears sticking out the sides.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
You might like that.
Yeah, so then he gets into this town. Oh no, yeah. He sees Amy Sedaris. Oh, she has one line. She's like, if this thing ever divides or buds, I will buy the offspring. I was dying.
That
I
was
was like, buds? If he either mitoses or sprouts, cut something off and give it to me.
like a
hilarious.
Magpie.
Yeah. Oh, but this does lead to my one issue. It felt annoying. Like the writing felt bad because she's just exposition. Oh, there used to be a town here. It wasn't there anymore. After the Empire did this, it did this. And I'm like, you have too many lines in this one chunk.
Yeah, trying to explain this town thing is just rambling.
Just say it was a mining town. Not a lot of people know about it.
It was like they just let her ad-lib, and she just rambled.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, we're good. Let's move on. Let's get done with this shit.
They should have edited.
They did like one take, and that was it.
Yeah. Yeah. Pit droids are great. Love seeing pit droids.
Yep. Again, yeah, pit droids are fun. I still have my bag of toys somewhere of those pit droids. I have like.
You have a bunch of them? Oh, I only have like two.
Oh no, I got a bunch of those in the Droidukas.
Droidicas. I gave all them away. I have one now. I had them. They're expensive depending on which one you get now. If you get like the battle damage ones, they're expensive.
Yeah, I have a couple of those.
Like 15 and up.
Oh wow. They're open and play with. Who knows where they are?
Yeah.
They're around here somewhere. I gave a couple to the kid.
So she calls over R5, and I can't decide if it's the real R5 repaired or not. I would like to think that it is because I like R5.
Yeah, the Jedi droid?
Yeah. Was that in a Tales comic?
Yeah.
Skippy the Jedi droid or something?
No, it was R5. It was just him.
Yeah, but they like call him Skippy.
Oh, did they?
I think in that Star Wars Tales.
Oh, that was a different one.
Skippy. R5D4 Skippy. It came right up. Skippy the Jedi droid. Oh my god. I never even read it and I can remember these things.
Oh, that was a great one. Star Wars Tales 21? Maybe 16?
It was where's first appearance? Appearances. That's behind the scenes. It doesn't say. You suck, just Star Wars. You're. Oh, hey, Star Wars Tales #1.
No, it was #1. There you go. Oh, yeah, the one with
there you go. Oh, yeah, that one.
I thought it was the one where Vader was holding C-3PO's head.
Oh, yeah. That's a good. I despise him building C-3PO, but that's if you have to work with it, that's a good image.
Yeah, it's funny if you. Yeah, like him thanking the maker that he survived and all this other stuff. I'm like, you're thanking Vader.
That's kind of why I hate it. It's like a joke for the audience.
Yeah, only the audience.
I would rather C-3PO has like some kind of internal logic that statement makes sense. Like he actually is thinking something, or he has more thought going on behind it other than, oh, whoever built me, eh.
Yeah, well.
Oh, it just happens to be Vader. Laugh, audience, laugh.
Yeah.
No, George.
Yeah, so R5, cool.
No.
It was good seeing him.
Yeah, brings up a map. They can't see Mos Pel. I already deleted it. Mos Pelgos? Pelgros?
Yes.
Pelgos.
Some Spanish type settlement, like a spaghetti western setup.
Yeah. She says they're going to see the spaceship long before you get there. Second time I watched it, I was like, who cares? Why does it matter? There's no reason for him not to take the spaceship. Yeah.
Nothing. Yeah. Again, like, why did he have to take that pig mouth thing in the first episode of the first season, but he could walk back?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And how did IG-88 get there? Because he's all metal.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
The only way there was on that thing, but
we're gonna address flaws in the writing as we go, because later on, I was watching it today and I was like, why didn't they just do that?
It's not part of the script. That's why.
Exactly. There are flaws in logic in the scripts.
Yeah, but, we gotta stretch this out as much as we can.
Think of a better story then.
Story too quickly.
What?
Give everybody it's like they're giving us the imagery as much as they can. Not trying to blow through it.
I get it, but there are times when you're writing and you write this thing, and if you can convince someone to read it, thank God, congratulations, because nobody wants to read your shit.
Right.
It's like the worst feeling in the world, but it's also great because they'll be like, they're doing all this, why don't they just do this? And you're like, oh, because I'm an idiot and I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
And then you have to rework it. So it's cool that someone points it out. But anyway,
yeah. So old school spaghetti western flowing into town.
Yeah. Takes a speeder bike.
He's riding his horse.
And my note is, God damn it, I want a speeder bike, even though this is a swoop. This is a swoop bike, folks.
Bikes. Yeah, I know speeder bikes are awesome.
Yeah, hover bikes.
I keep looking at that drone one in India, or not India, Dubai. Yeah, that they have. That thing is so badass.
I like them.
I just want to take it up into the redwoods.
All right, let's do this.
I know.
Star Wars. Wow.
When I was up in Alaska, Zach was trying to fix a snowmobile.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but he just hit the throttle and slammed right into a tree.
That's good. Excellent.
That's some funny stuff. Anyway, sorry. Yeah. This reminds me of a speeder bike exploding into a tree.
Yeah. That's good. I get it.
Anyways, okay.
He rolls into a mining town, but you never know what they mine.
Yeah, who knows?
It's not really important, but I was like, what is happening? Is it coming through the mines?
Does it have anything there? I've never heard of anything. Big moisture farmers, that's it.
Moisture and scrap. I just deleted it. What was it? Anyway, yeah, I don't know what they mine. Oh, they have scurriers. They show scurriers behaving scurrierly.
Yes.
They were added to the special editions of the first movie. So if you like that kind of thing, then woo!
Woo!
The town is filled with a bunch of generic-looking cosplayers.
Yep. It was good. Just film it back around. At least there's someone in the background this time running around.
Yeah.
At least they showed a town.
I wish that they had more variety of alien in that town, but I can't totally complain because they did Jawas and Sand People and a Weequay and Gamorreans and whatever else was in the thing at the beginning. Disney generally hates aliens. So I was like, it's good. It's all right.
Yeah, at least they did something.
Yeah. When he's pulling up on the swoop, the engine idles like a Harley, and that made me very happy.
Nice.
Go ahead. What do you got?
That's about it for that. Him walking into the town, just feeling very Western-y.
He walks into this bar. Previously, he said to Amy Sedaris, he goes everywhere with me. Or wait, was it to Amy Sedaris? He said it to someone else earlier in the show. Yeah. He's like, he goes everywhere with me. And then he leaves him on the bike in the hot twin suns and walks into a strange bar and by himself.
He got down by himself. He's not taking care of this kid. This kid is independent. He's 50 years old. He doesn't need a babysitter.
Which is why he should fucking start talking. Stop acting like a little kid. Pisses me off.
Oh, it's great. I love it.
That's why we refer to him as the twerp.
He's just messing with everybody. It's a con.
It better be. I hope at the end of this season.
Everybody.
The end of this season, if he's not talking like Yoda, I'm going to be so mad. I already hate that he exists.
Should it be like my 2-year-old's voice? Or should it be like an old Yoda voice?
It should be, well, not totally old. It should be like an adult. It should be like if I did it and I was like, glad to meet you, I am. And they're just like, it should freeze frame, end the season with them all gone.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
High Showdown.
Well, he goes into this bar. There's a Weequay, a very Englishy Weequay, talking. There's a spittoon that is a Star Wars spittoon because they put beads around it. I noticed that. And
you gotta decorate shit, man.
It's true. Otherwise, it'd just be a spittoon. Can't have that.
Yeah, like just a nasty one. Gotta pretty it up.
Yeah. So
it's like putting decorative towels in the guest bathroom and like.
Ooh, fancy Mr. Guest Bathroom, not living in a one-bedroom apartment, keeping his voice down so his wife doesn't wake up in this late-night live stream. Yeah.
Hey, man.
Anyway, so the Marshal walks in because Mandalorians let's try that again. Very thirsty. Mandalorian's looking for a Mandalorian. And that joke, too, when he's like, have you seen a Mandalorian? And he's like, what does he look like? I said out loud, he looks like me. Then he basically said that to you.
It's, seriously?
It was good. It's fun writing.
Yeah, see, good stuff.
So he says the Marshal wears the same armor, and Cobb Vanth walks in. Played by the guy I can never remember the name of that has a weird last name.
Yeah, like a thin Pierce Brosnan.
He's so thin. Like, I don't think he was that skinny a few years ago. He's so skinny now.
Yes.
Who the hell plays him? I actually like him. See, like, I like these side stories, like the Jawas, because they're like standalone Dark Horse comic adventure little things. So when the Marshal comes in and he looks like a cowboy, basically, I'm like, that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Actor Timothy, not helping. How about we type Timothy Oliphant.
That was him?
Oliphant. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's like the bad guy in like a Die Hard or something also.
Yeah, I know. It was my favorite Die Hard, man. Live Free or Die Hard. Loved it. He rides a jet like a fucking skateboard. It is ridiculous.
So silly.
It's great.
Yeah, even his
he's great. He's
even his
he was
last
in that TV show. Oliphant.
Yeah, his last name sounds like a Star Wars character or an animal.
Justice? No, he was in like that cowboy TV show.
I believe you because they use him a lot for Western stuff.
He was in it's a modern day Western, like set in Texas, like Texas Walker Ranger type show, but more hardcore. It's really good. And, he's always been a great actor because he could pull you into whatever he's doing. Even when he plays the good character, like a good guy, or
I like when he's a good guy.
Yeah, he does a great job. Like he's believable in his characters. He can. I'm not pulled out of whatever he's doing. Like again, I didn't even. They did a good job making him look like what he was.
I like that the armor doesn't fit him exactly.
I know, it's great.
Like it's all scrunched up and stuff. Yeah, that's super.
Like he's padded in certain areas.
Yeah, and he's so lanky, and you're like, you're not Boba Fett.
I don't know,
but
it is his armor.
He's wearing Boba Fett's armor, and I was like, oh, did they pull a fast one on everybody?
That would be great.
This is the last thing I remember looking him up for. He's the Spirit of the West in the movie Rango.
I don't remember that movie.
Oh, really? Rango's like
I saw parts of it, I think.
It's good. But he plays Clint Eastwood that drives a golf cart. He's like a spiritual type character. And he's got all these awards in a basket. Yeah, it's pretty funny. So the Marshal walks in and he's wearing Boba Fett's armor. And I like the way they filmed it. My note says, switcheroo! I like the way they filmed it because he sits down and immediately takes the helmet off, and the Mandalorian that like pauses, and I was like, "Oh, that's good character." Whatever. Not development. It's a callback to the previous season when he's like, "I don't show my face to anyone."
Yeah.
So the fact that he just sits down and takes it off, you're like, you automatically know he does not belong in that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah. He says he got the armor from the Jawas. Mandalorian says he needs it back because it's Mandalorian. He says, "Do you want to gunfight it right now?" And he's like in front of the kid, and I said out loud, "He's seen worse." And then the Mandalorian said, "He's seen a lot worse." Yeah. And then an earthquake started shaking the place.
Yep.
Go on.
And then I like how they just continue to stare at each other, and then it's like, all right, let's go check this out. And like, you can tell that he's not a threat. Like, even though they're staring each other down.
Well, he's like,
the other. Yeah, it's like, you could tell, like, they're not going to shoot each other.
I wasn't sure at first.
You could, I don't know. It just, the feeling of it just wasn't there yet. Like, he shoots him and he takes the armor. That's the end of the episode.
Yeah, roll credits. Done. Season premiere. 7 more to go.
Yeah. No, so then they go outside and see this
thing.
River of sand.
Yes. Why did I think this? I thought it was a migrating sarlacc. I might have thought of that later on. But they don't name it. But I was like, is this a sandworm from Dune? And
they already got space worms in fucking Star Wars. Why do they need sandworms also?
So the more sci-fi I read, the more I see the things that George ripped off. And Dune was definitely one that is inspired by, or not Dune, Tatooine is inspired by Dune, with the planet being a desert like Arrakis, and them even having spice is a direct reference. I feel like this was just to fully rip off Dune once and for all.
Yeah. I mean, there's Star Wars encyclopedias and monster encyclopedias, alien encyclopedias that show what the Krayt Dragons look like.
No, don't spoil it. We haven't gotten there yet. They haven't named it yet. They don't name it till like deep in the episode. I have this friend on Twitter. He posted a picture of a Krayt Dragon and he said something about it. And I was like, if I hadn't watched it while I was eating breakfast, I'd be really pissed at you right now. And he's like, that's not a spoiler, is it? And I'm like, it's pretty deep before they tell you what it is. Anyway.
Yeah.
So this thing.
Yeah,
I'm just teasing. You can call it what they call it, but I'm trying to build suspense.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So this thing goes towards the town and takes the only street through the middle of the town and doesn't touch anything else. And I was
like some boxes fall over, crates fall over here, but like the porches, the houses, they stayed perfectly level.
Another question, and you're just going to tell me that they ship them in from other planets. How do they have wood planking in front of their houses? In the steps, wooden steps. I'm like,
because you wouldn't transport wood. It's not. It would rot basically.
I really wish. Good.
You wouldn't use it in this desert.
Yeah,
it would just rot even faster.
Yeah, with 2 suns, that crap, but you'd need like some hardcore whatever water seal I used to see the commercial for.
Yeah.
Was it Phillips water seal for your outside decks? Anyway.
Rust-Oleum or...
Oh yeah, Rust-Oleum or something. Rust-Oleum. I really wish it had been like a migrating sarlacc or something unusual, like an old thing doing a new behavior, because that always expands lore. Like that's why I like the Jawa episode is like they want this egg, and I'm like, why do they want that egg? I've never heard of that. And then they get it and they just eat it, and I'm like, that's amazing. That's hilarious. That makes me love the Jawas more. I don't know why they have red eyes. So it goes down the street. He says, I'll give you the armor back I'll give you the armor if you help me kill this thing. I know where it lives. I have a lot of notes about it missing the whole town. Oh yeah, I already said fully rips off Dune. Where do they get the wood planks? Man, we're just cruising through this one. What else you got?
Yeah, this one's... that's pretty much where I had to stop. The next thing I have is them leaving the town, riding on the bikes.
Okay.
And,
so
again, he's not wearing a helmet, flying through sand.
Yeah. Even Anakin wore goggles.
I know. Where the hell is this? Like, do they have force field on their eyeballs or some shit like that? I don't know. Like, sand does not work the same in this universe as it does in
the Force, but it does. It gets everywhere, Steve.
Then then it doesn't get in eyeballs apparently because
except
the
eyeballs.
Child and
Mandalorian.
Mrs. Cobb.
Oh, Cobb.
Do not have fucking goggles on.
That
makes no sense.
I'm back and forth because this is another.
Sorry.
Well, that's fine. Just real quick, I'll say a better design instead of the wood planks would just be to make the stairs out of the same material as the building, like they've done in every Tatooine town. But yeah, them racing on the speeders. There's a couple of things to address there. One, I love that it's a pod from the pod racer. Even though I hate the prequels, I love that he just strapped a seat to a rocket.
I know, that is great. Even though it's very phallic, it's still great. Reminds me of that Superman chick villain.
What does she do with rockets, Steve?
Rocket? Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was a Batman villain.
No, it was in Adventures of Superman. I remember her. She was in the cartoon. And
Roxy Rocket.
Roxy Rocket, yeah.
Roxy? See, I remember her in... Maybe she crossed over.
Maybe. But I thought her first appearance was Adventures of Superman.
Oh, maybe.
She was great. I loved her rocket.
Yeah, it was just a rocket with a seat. And like handlebars. That's good. I'm back and forth on this part where he's telling him how he got the armor, because I'm like, oh god, it's more exposition. But then I kind of like seeing what he went through.
Yes, I liked how at the beginning, like the Death Star explodes for the second time.
Yes, I forgot about that. Yes,
it was good.
Well, it's fun to see callbacks to actual Star Wars.
Yeah. And then they showed like someone's got a news feed on and they're showing it. And...
Yeah, I really want to translate the Arabic at the bottom of it.
See what it says.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be amazing. Oh, Jon Favreau, you would have my eternal devotion if you snuck that in.
Great.
So
pretty perfect.
So the Death Star blows up, everyone's happy, and he's like immediately power vacuum, and the mining company or whatever comes in and makes us slaves. He has the worst trip running off of that out of that bar and like hopping into the sand. He's like, and I laugh every time I see it. But I cut him slack because I like him.
Got it. Fine.
Camtano ice cream maker. He grabbed a Camtano full of jewels. And the Jawas open it up, and I was like, get their dirty fingers off of those things. They're not theirs. Oh, but I do like...
That's Jawas, though.
Yeah. I like... Man, I love in the first season with the Jawas, and they just strip the crap out of his ship so fast. And I'm like, do you not have, like, the club on that thing or something? It's, like, up on cinder blocks. for no reason.
Oh, yeah, here you go. It looks like this right now. Here's the Lego version.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's cool.
As far as I got.
That's pretty big. There's already a Mandalorian party going on.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ain't no party like a Mandalorian party. That's terrible. You're fired. Good night, folks. So he get. Oh, I like when he's laying in the sand and the crawler, the long shot. He's laying in the sand. He's laying in the sand and it goes. Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah. Reminded me of Castaway when the ship comes.
Well said.
Yeah,
I don't remember. That was a depressing movie.
That was great.
Helen Hunt's a jerk. She's like, I knew you were alive. And it's like, Bruce, you got remarried and had a kid. It doesn't matter if you knew I was still alive. You're still a jerk.
Biological clock was ticking.
Yeah, apparently. Anyway, so he gets the armor from the Jawas because he's rich, because he stole stuff. And he goes back and he murders 4 guys in the bar. Boba Fett's armor does work. This is something I'm kind of mad about because I had been planning on putting armor that actually deflects things in my science fiction universe. And then Mother effing The Force Awakens did it. And I was like I would have been the first. They do it to Phasma. They shoot her and it bounces off. And I was like, oh man, see, it's like the obvious things sometimes that make your story different from everything else. It's like, oh, my armor actually serves a purpose. Oh, I don't know.
They do that in the books and the comics.
I have no memory of that.
Describe their armor doing that.
I don't remember.
In the Dark Empire.
For stormtroopers? Or Mandalorians?
Not for the stormtroopers, for the Mandalorians.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. There's a Boba Fett comic where Boba Fett shoots at Vader and he deflects it back and it gives him the dent in the forehead. But I always associated that as like a glance.
I associate that with Vader putting force power behind it to dent the Beskar armor.
It wasn't that's like Beskar is the new thing. It wasn't in.
Is it? I thought it was. They used it in a lot. Like it short circuits the lightsaber.
That is cortosis.
Yeah,
cortosis.
Them calling this Beskar, that's all I see this as. It's just the cortosis bullshit.
Right.
They don't want to pay the rights on whoever named cortosis, so they called it Beskar. That's all.
I don't know.
That's all I see.
When we eventually end up with a lightsaber hitting him, I guess we'll find out if it shorts it out.
Yeah, but the dark saber's not really a...
They took it from the Jedi Temple or whatever the Clone Wars said.
Right. It was made by the only Mandalorian Jedi back in the day, like thousands of years ago. Back when there was a Mando lore.
Mandalore.
Not the planet, but like the actual...
I know. The guy. The leader.
Yeah. The leader, whoever it is.
He's like the leader of all the tribes or something.
Yeah, but then there was a Jedi Mandalorian, so he built the Darksaber but didn't do anything with it and made him keep it in the gold. I can't remember if it was made though, like the way a regular lightsaber works.
I don't know.
There's something about it.
I know that I like the toy and I use it as a shoto for figures sometimes.
Nice. Anyways,
I forget. I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, but Boba Fett, I heard they said Boba Fett had like Durasteel armor and it was supposed to be harder than most. I don't know anymore. Star Wars has no real continuity anymore.
No, yeah, I know it's impossible to know what is what.
It's been choose your own adventure since 1997.
Yeah, that's true.
So he kills the last mining guys, and then he goes out and he actually shoots Boba Fett's. It's not the same missile. It's like a reloaded or new missile. But he finally shoots it, and we finally see his rangefinder. What that looks like.
Yeah, that was neat.
That finds range. to blow up a speeder, and that was fun.
I always thought it was like the homing, like target lock.
Mm-hmm.
And he just shoots the missile and it just goes to it. Not really a rangefinder.
Well, I think they call it that in books for 40 years, but I'm sure it has a different name now.
I mean, I'm sure, yeah.
And then
technology's advanced to the point where we have actual names for shit.
No, I just mean in Star Wars, they've killed all their previous history and renamed crap.
Yeah.
In Bounty Hunter, it was used to spot potential bounties, so you can mark them in the game.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah,
and then
use it as like a target lock. Like.
I don't think so. I think it was mostly just to identify people.
No.
The
helmets did that automatically. Like we had all these controls and shit inside the helmets that gave them.
Sure, but I only have up, down, left, right, and triangle, square, circle, X. So you have to pull down the rangefinder, and then it pulls up their name and says their rap sheet and stuff in the game.
Gotcha.
That's the only use I've ever seen for it. So they go. He's going to show them where the monster lives. They end up in a canyon, and they are surrounded by massives. The dogs, the lizard dogs that showed up in Attack of the Clones.
The dingoes. Dingo. Okay.
They're drunk.
That's just remind me of just dingoes.
Man, every time I go to Wikipedia, I refuse to click on the canon links. Anywho, so all these dogs show up. He starts barking.
Yep. And screaming and.
Oh well, he's also already met Tusken Raiders earlier in the show. I think
that part. Yeah, when he was traveling.
It was just traveling. I don't know why that's in there.
Show that he could speak. Foreshadowing that he could speak the language.
Yeah, because otherwise people would be like, "That's so stupid."
Yeah, it's still show him doing it before he does it.
It's still a little silly, but it's. I'll let it slide.
Yeah.
So all the massives come out. Sand people come out. He starts saying that he's talking to them. They say they want to kill the Crate Dragon too, and I think that's when they first name it Crate Dragon. And the music there's like some shrillish kind of music that makes me think of A New Hope from back in the day, and I thought that was a nice touch. You got anything else on this scene? Are you all right? Are you dead? Can you hear me?
I hear you.
You're not listening to me. Oh, you're watching the show. You're watching the show now. I didn't do the homework, sir.
Show up. They're talking to the sand people.
Yeah. So then they show up Tusken cleaning a Bantha's teeth, I think, with his gaffy stick.
Yeah.
You're like, correct. You are correct. So they're talking about one of the best. I can still hear your audio playing that show, and we're going to get struck. One of the best shots in that scene is Baby Yoda sitting there, the twerp, and then they cut to the massive licking his chops like he wants to eat them. And I'm like, yes, eat him.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
And then they go into the camp.
Well, no, he tries to offer him fruit to drink the fruit.
Yeah, they're in the camp. They're sitting around the campfire.
Oh yeah. That's when he's cleaning the teeth and stuff. And he gives a cob of fruit to drink. And I swear to God, when he cracks it open, it has the same particle effect I've seen in hundreds of movies. The like gassy stuff that comes up. Maybe it's just me.
Maybe.
It annoys me.
No, why does it look like
stop sharing screen. Yeah.
Just
the way it shows up. So he throws it away. That starts an argument. Mandalorian shuts them up with a flamethrower. Tells them, blah, 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 we need to work together. We've seen this.
Let's just get this done.
Yeah. And then they go to the cave Big Cave.
Big cave.
Big Cave is from an old Sarlacc that isn't there anymore.
Which is weird, I guess.
They say it eats Sarlaccs.
Right.
I think.
But I didn't know Sarlaccs were inside caves. I thought they were more.
They're underground. You can
Yeah.
So in this guy, in this book, they're in the cave system created by the Sarlacc, trying to get Boba Fett out. So I was cool with seeing that. I am not cool.
I forgot how much they branch out. They have like tendrils and shit that. Pods.
They root.
Yes.
I am not great with the design of the Great Dragon.
Not at all. It needs legs.
That kept pulling me out of it.
A worm is not a dragon. I don't care how big it gets.
And I can, like, I get, like, maybe they saw the bones in the first movie, and they're like, it's just the column laying in the sand, so that's what it looks like. And I'm like, why doesn't anyone reference the 30 years, 40 years of artwork and concept art, video games? I'm like, I hate this design. Yeah. And it's just a sandworm, and I hate it.
I mean, in the sand like that, the first thing that's going to be covered by sand are going to be the appendages, because they're lower to the ground and they're going to be covered with sand. So all you're going to see is the spine of this creature and maybe the head.
Sure.
The top of the head.
I was like you. I was waiting the whole time to see it do this once or twice.
Way out and just destroy everything.
I was like, that would be amazing, but it was just an effing work. And whenever when they finally showed its head, I was like, that kind of just looks like a space slug to me.
Yeah, very dangerous space slug.
Yeah.
Armored space slug.
So they put a guy out there, a bantha and a Tusken, a sand person, and
Tusken.
He nails it puts a stake in the ground, leaves the bantha there, yells to wake it up, because they're going to sacrifice it to keep it sleeping longer, which obviously that's not working at all.
No, I mean, it's already left its thing like in the last 3 days.
Yeah. So he freaks out and starts running, and I was immediately like, no sand person would ever do this to their bantha. But again...
Unless that wasn't his bantha. Maybe it was a bantha that had died. Its owner had died, and they're taking it out too.
But then they would have... Like, the relationship I remember from 40 years of comics and books and whatever, they join for life, and if one dies, the other one goes out into the desert to die, too.
Yeah, maybe they just didn't grab this. They grabbed this one before and went to the desert and staked it. Like, it's a sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you want to wrap your brain around it that way, that's probably the easiest.
If I was going to make it more interesting, I would add more. Well, it would be old because they already used to do this, but I would say, I don't know, I would somehow make it so that he was volunteering, and that would make the Sand People more badass, because they're like, we need to keep this asleep. He's volunteered, and this is what he chose or whatever. Doesn't matter. These are
no.
Like, whenever I finished watching it, I was like, it's entertaining, but I have some nerd nitpicks.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And I felt so bad for the banthas this whole episode. I love banthas. It's terrible.
Until it just went after the sand person, the Tusken.
Yeah, that was funny. So the monster wakes up. The bantha is completely oblivious, and it just goes, and eats the guy next to him.
Munching away at some grass or some sand.
I don't think I have my bantha in here. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, I never had a bantha.
What's the action fleet one? I got a Jabba skull.
Nice.
So they're like, he gets eaten. Baby Yoda still looking fucking stupid at everything and confused. Bantha oblivious.
Just wait till you have kids and you'll find him cute.
Yeah, probably. I thought he was cute initially, and now I'm sick of him. because he's everywhere, and he's become the face of Star Wars, and it sickens me.
I found the pop for him, that final pop. I saw it at Walmart. I think it's huge. It's almost life-size.
Yeah, I think I saw someone I follow, I think, got him. I have that from the toy box figures.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not going to help. But he came with the toy box Mandalorian.
I got the Black Series one.
Yeah, I have that one.
And I got this one.
Oh, nice.
That's I got a couple of them.
Where'd I put?
That's about it. They're mostly the baby minifigs.
Well, and I got 3D prints of him because I needed to have something. This one was.
Yeah, you got it.
This one was walking the plank on my sail barge, my skiff, for a while, and I had all the aliens like walk the plank, twerp. But my favorite is this because he has the most personality and he looks like he would be a real character. He's just wearing a Boba Fett helmet. I painted him.
Django.
Yeah, I painted it like reverse Django. Anyway.
Yeah, that's the way this show needs to end, is with him in his own little Mandalorian armor.
Something. Yeah. But don't make it so cute that effing grandmothers are like wearing t-shirts of it and crap. Have some dignity.
They're going to do whatever they can to make the money.
That's why they're flooding the shelves with stuff, and now it's not selling. I'm seeing pictures of
I think the craze is over.
Yeah,
for people to want to buy it. Yeah, and especially with the pandemic hitting, it came out after. Yeah, people aren't spending money unless they actually have to right now.
Yeah, and there's just like shelves of like plush baby Yodas, like.
Actually, most of the stores around me, because I always like to go through the toy aisle when I
go
to the store.
Yeah.
They don't have the Star Wars section is like 2 pegs and that's it.
I don't think they're ordering stuff.
I mean, actually, the Walmart near me doesn't have any Star Wars stuff.
Oh, well, I live in California, so all the a-holes that do toy unboxings and stuff live here. And there was one Saturday morning, I saw a guy walking the aisles talking to his cell phone, and I was like, you're scum. You're just buying all this stuff, and you're just going to leave it in the package, hang it on your wall. You're not even going to take it out and enjoy it. Anyway.
Yeah, that is kind of sad. Sorry.
I hate a lot of YouTube. So I thought that Cobb was a moron because he didn't understand the model that he was looking at when they're trying to describe the crate dragon and then the chocolate chips around it. And he's like, what is that? And he's like, that's the thing. He's like, that's way too big. And he's like, whatever. And then they drop more chocolate chips around it. Like, Cobb, this conversation is just in case the audience is a complete moron.
Oh, yeah. They're going to break it down and explain everything to us.
Morons. So he volunteers.
Which is true. The average user is.
They are. Not our fans. So they go back to the generic cosplayers wearing Hoth hats in a desert with twin suns. They all look like rebels to me. Like they just rebelled. They rebelled. They stole the stuff out of the closet of the Rebel Alliance. Or the Rebel Alliance gave it to a Goodwill after the war and people just snatched it up.
Well, yeah, it's been 5 years? 5 years after Return? 5 years after
5.
Return? So yeah, of course it's the Rebels' old junk that they just pushed off.
Yeah.
They just took over as the Empire, so they just took all the Empire's new stuff, shiny toys.
So they
converted.
Yeah. So they tell the townsfolk they need to work together. It's all very predictable writing, but it's fine.
Right.
It's fine. There's the misunderstanding when the Tusken drops a bomb and the guy yells at him.
How that's a misunderstanding.
Well, he's just an a-hole.
He dropped it on accident. I mean, come on. I'm going to drop this on purpose and just blow myself up along with everybody else.
Well, my note said the typical a-hole misunderstanding scene.
Yeah.
I love that the Sand People are riding single file the entire episode, because that's Sand People always ride single file to hide their numbers. And then
research on some of this.
What?
They did some of their research.
Yeah, well, I think they watched the movie, and that's as far as it went.
Yep.
Sand People noises. When the one drops the thing and the guy gets in his face, another one comes up and is like barking at him, and I was like, that's one of the coolest sounds I've ever heard. Yeah. So they're gonna go to the cave while the thing is asleep, the crate dragon, the fake crate dragon, and they're gonna lure it out. First they're gonna bury some explosives and then lure it out to blow it up from underneath, because that's the weak spot.
Yep.
Yes.
The weak spot.
Your turn. What do you got?
I was really worried that was going to be the whole training episode all over again. They got all the... I was like, oh no, please, no. And they didn't. It was just bury the bombs.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I can live with this. This is so good. They work together. They failed. This is how you defeat. This is how you do Sand People tactics or anything like that. So
they failed to mention the giant harpoons they were bringing with them. The catapult harpoons.
Okay. It was just gonna show up, and this is what we got. All right, rock on.
They shot those things, and I was like, that's not going to do anything.
That's not going to do dick. And it didn't.
Yeah, it did
Barely
not.
Penetrated.
Yeah. Where are my... You know what? I don't think I added them yet. That's the problem. Stop sharing. Cancel. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I like Sand People. The other people look like generic rebels to me. Yeah, that's why I don't have these pictures. I should have been pulling these up the whole time. Hang on. So I got. Let's open this. Oh god, it's gonna open all of them. All right, that's fine. Okay, we can share screen.
That's fine.
Share screen. This is the Zuvio picture I was looking for earlier. Constable Zuvio.
Oh yeah, and there's a couple images on there with him.
Yeah, well, there's like a close up, I think, of him too. Yeah. This was the Sand People meeting. I just want a speeder bike, and then that's his Anakin pod racer bike.
Yep.
That is my favorite scene where he wants to eat Baby Yoda. This is the guy running away. He gets eaten by the Great Dragon. I gotta ask you, what is up with this guy? Everything's gone to crap. They tried to lure out the Great Dragon, and pandemonium is going because it didn't work. He didn't get far enough out of the cave to blow up. And then I zoomed in on this guy. He's just hanging out. Everyone else is throwing hand grenades and shooting and harpooning. This guy's just chilling. He's just hanging out.
You know, it's probably the Jedi Sand person.
A shard het or whatever.
Yeah. No, isn't that the son?
Yeah.
Too young still.
That was in the prequels, though.
Yeah, but he survived. He went back after the purge.
Yeah. Oh, did he go back?
Son who became the
bad guy in Legacy?
Yeah.
I haven't read them.
The son of Shroud Het, or whoever the name is.
I still haven't read them. I need to. I think I finally have all of them.
Legacy is good. To a certain point, and it goes nuts.
Yeah. Well, then there's Legacy 2, isn't there? And that's like
it goes nuts.
The Solo Kid or whatever.
Well, as long as it's kind of like Knights of the Old Republic. If they would have ended it when it ended, the story that they were building up to the whole time, it would have been great. But no, they continued it on, and the characters had no idea what they were doing.
I don't remember what happened afterwards. But they had no purpose. That whole story, though, was amazing. Up till then.
It kind of merged into the Clone War tales, the
little digests.
No, I'm thinking of something else.
No.
Anyways,
so Cobb drinks that fruit finally without hesitation.
Yes.
And
no, you just hand it to him. He just he looks at it and then just downs it.
He's probably like, "This is ridiculous. Just give me your snot fruit. Snot fruit."
I'm probably gonna die if I die here or whatever.
No. I will leave that note till the end.
Okay.
So yeah, their plan doesn't work. The monster's freaking out. It is tunneling to different locations. Like it goes up to the top of the mountain and pops out. And it vomits. That's actually...
Don't forget the vomit.
That's the second time it vomits. Is the vomit acid?
Yes.
Because he says it's picking us off. And I'm like...
It's not picking.
Is it just regular? Is it just regular vomit, or is it bad vomit? Not that there isn't such a thing as bad vomit, but there is.
There's no good vomit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just acid vomit.
All right, well, that works for me. They didn't show the money shots of that though. They just get covered. You don't see like that like half melted. Deep rising people.
Indiana Jones Temple of Doom or
well, you don't get the deep rising half digested guy.
No, you just get like the shadows of them melting real quick.
Yeah. Oh, someone's drawing of it. Damn it.
This is Disney.
I'm not gonna be able to... Well, so was Deep Rising technically, but it was like one of their sister companies. Yeah, that type of thing.
Yeah, sister company can do whatever.
No, this one. So this guy in Deep Rising, he gets spit out of a worm, and he's like, "Rah!" It's a great movie. It's one of my favorite movies. There you go, kids. Avert your eyes. Yeah, these are real great dragons.
I saw a couple of different like things they showed. One of them I could believe if they showed it. Keep scrolling down. Let's see if you have it on yours. It popped up when I googled it.
No,
kind of.
This is like the original Macquarie concept art from like the 70s. I don't know why they didn't do that. Is it this?
Go, that one.
This I think is Tara Whitlatch.
It could work, but
yeah,
that could work.
I would have accepted that. Yeah. I would have accepted that. Because even when they're doing this, like this shot, I'm like, what is the anatomy of this thing? Because it's just like a big bulbous chest cavity. And I was like, where is that? Worms, do they have rib cages? So it has...
do not know.
It would have to have bones. It would have to have some kind of propulsion underground, and I needed to see that.
Or would it be more like a snake instead of a worm?
Well, shit. I don't know.
But still, why would you call that a dragon?
I don't... it's dragon-y. It's got a dragon head.
Yes.
This is...
Yeah, don't we all?
I remember this one from Knights of the Old Republic game. Yeah. You had to kill it.
First one.
It was a pain.
Yes, I remember.
And it lived in a cave. So they got some things right, and they shanked some others.
Yeah. I try to believe it's that one picture down there where it's carrying something.
Oh, this? Yeah.
Yeah. And we just saw the head. We never saw the rest of the body.
Yeah. But
when it came out of the top of the mountain, the jetpacks go off. It's like, let's go get this thing.
This is a drawing of it ripping a sarlacc out of the ground. Maybe that's what they based it on.
Maybe.
Yeah, so they jetpack up. Did I write that down?
Try doing something. Obviously, their blasters don't do shit against this thing.
I like made up curse words. So when it goes wrong, Mandalorian says Dank Ferric, and I was like, yeah, Dank Ferric. So they fly to the top of the mountain, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool to see them flying. He's unloading his rifle into the face of it, and it's doing nothing. The nano rifle from Guerrilla Warfare Red Faction. Remember that gun? That gun was amazing. It basically did the same thing. It just annihilated into nothing. And that gun, when I was playing that game, I was like, what if you accidentally shoot it at the ground and it just starts eating the planet? Anyway. So that was like the one real moment where they're shooting at it and he's just rifling it, and I'm like, shoot it in the effing eye.
Pardon me. Yeah. Didn't do anything, and they got their had to get out of there.
Yeah, so they fly back down. Everybody's watching. They don't know where the monster is. It pops out of the ground behind them, which made me question if you wouldn't feel vibrations going through the mountain under the ground. Yeah. I don't know. I'll let it slide. Whatever.
Yeah.
Jetpacks. Whatever.
I mean, okay, so maybe it went into its cave system and it makes no rumbling in the cave system.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Or a Sarlacc caves, because that's what they said.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sarlacc caves. It doesn't make a sound when it travels.
Sure.
I don't know.
Okay, so he's like piss it off and get its attention. So Cobb shoots another rocket, hits it in the face. It turns and starts coming towards Mandalorian, who's standing next to a bantha covered in bombs. And I was like, why do they still have bombs? And then he was like, if you press this, all the bombs are gonna go off. So wait till we get under it and blow it up or whatever. And I was like, wouldn't that have blown up that bantha?
Most likely.
Whatever, we'll let it slide. This is one of those bad writing moments. And
this was supposed to, you weren't supposed to realize this.
Yeah, and I didn't the first time I watched it. The second time I watched it, I was like, nope, that doesn't work. Nope, that doesn't work. Nope, that doesn't work.
Yeah, no, I haven't gotten to it. I haven't been able to watch it twice.
Oh.
My kid sucks sometimes.
Yeah, well.
No, he's great. I love him.
Yeah, keep saying that. And he's like, this kid goes everywhere I go. And again, he leaves him unattended and without a big hat. And no goggles. This thing's vomiting on people left and right. Kids just hanging out in a pocket, looking stupid. Yeah. So he shoots the rocket to get the attention, and then they do the Han Solo callback, and he hits the jetpack to make Cobb fly off crazy.
Wow. Yep.
And then he's waiting there holding the bantha rope, and it's coming. Bantha's covered in grenades. It swallows him. Both of them.
Yeah, that part I don't. Because the way he swallowed him, he would have to climb over the bantha.
Oh, to get out?
To get out of the mouth before he explodes.
I gotcha.
Well, he exploded behind it. It would have pushed him further down.
He had
fucking guts.
He had the remote again. So when he uses his rifle, which now has two. I don't think they used it last season. Maybe they didn't. I just don't remember because I don't like last season. It has the electricity thing coming out of it as he's flying out. He's shooting it. Yeah. So he's shooting that, and then.
See, I thought that was more of like his armor. Like he had something on his wrist, like the killer bees thing.
It's like swallows, like swarm of swallows or something. It's not killer bees.
It's the murder hornets.
We're just gonna call it the killer bees from now on. Hey, he shoots him with them killer bees.
It works better.
So he flies out of the mouth. He's shooting the electricity. He hits the button. The thing explodes, and it's dead. All right, presumably with the bantha being dead too, which still makes me sad because I love the banthas. So my thought upon seeing this other bantha covered in grenades was, why didn't they put 3 banthas out there covered in grenades, wake the effer up, and then blow him up? We could have avoided all the harpoons, could have avoided all the acid vomit. We could have avoided all of that.
In meeting banthas.
It was at the end.
Yeah, that's
apparently
this thing is like just getting shot and everything, and he's like, "Oh wait, there's a bantha. I'm hungry. Need to keep my carbs up."
Well, he shot the rocket, and that was a big enough explosion. So maybe he thinks that bantha, like before, he didn't think banthas were anything, and now he's like, "Those effers are armed. I gotta kill them."
But I'm hungry at the same time, so I'm not going to use my acid breath or acid vomit.
Well, maybe he was out.
Hungry.
You can only vomit so much, man. Then it's just black bile coming out.
Yeah, then it is just acid.
Yeah, and it burns more. I don't know. I'm not a doctorologist.
Wormologist.
Yeah, wormologist. It has to have legs. It's a terrible design if it doesn't have legs. Gun, understand? Yep. So we're towards the end, and he has a giant hunk of meat on his bike, and that made me laugh because I was like, "What am I looking at?"
It's like Flintstones. Surprised it wasn't like flying away, like ass down.
It's just like, that's good.
Just dragging on the ground. Sparking.
Oh, dragging on the ground. You and your puns. That's all of those. So I was like, if they don't pull a pearl out of this damn monster, I'm gonna be so mad. And
that's all they talk about when they talk about the Kree dragons is pearls, pearls, pearls.
It's like the one thing that you go looking for them for.
Yeah, it's the only reason.
I really wish
you
it
don't
had
want to mess with a Kree dragon other than to get the pearl.
Yeah, I really wish it had been black because I think I'm just biased. I think in the Knights of the Old Republic game when I killed it, it was a black pearl or something. I don't remember.
There was a book where they described it. I can't remember how it was described in the book.
But it was like cosmic looking, wasn't it?
I can't remember, but I do think it was written by the guy who wrote Knights of the Republic. He also wrote some of the Halo books.
Eric Nyland. No.
That's it.
Oh, yeah?
No. The other dude. He wrote Fall of Reach. Was that Nyland?
Yeah. I don't remember him writing Star Wars.
Then it wasn't Nyland. It was the other dude. He wrote some Halo books. Maybe it was the...
Maybe the later... I don't know. Maybe the later ones.
Yeah, I'd have to see the list of names. I could tell you if I saw it.
Yeah.
It's a long name.
Yeah. So,
Anyways.
Where's the...
I only saw it once, so I don't remember what happens exactly after this. You'll have to fill me in.
He starts driving away, and you see a character. I wonder if this is going to break my screen.
Oh, wait, he gets the armor from the dude.
Yeah, and he's like, I hope we run into each other again, which everyone watching it went, yeah, we like Cobb, bring him back. And now the internet's so stupid. They're like, we want to see an entire movie about Cobb. I'm like, you are starving for quality Star Wars content, and you don't know what you're saying. He's cool. Bring him back again. You don't want a movie with him. He's not that cool.
You don't need the movie with him. He's good for the show. That's it.
Yeah.
You want to know more about him? Write a fucking book.
No, please don't, because they'll talk about his pronouns.
Whatever.
I'm the marshal.
That's what they used to do. Like, if we didn't know anything about a character they came out with, they wrote a book about them.
They used to expand.
Yes.
They didn't explain their universe. They expanded their universe.
And that's what they need to do here, and it would be great.
Yeah. So, these are huge.
And we will, because this is what he did in the first season. Was he built up a team to fight at the end?
Yeah.
It's like it's like the classic D&D. go around the universe, meeting characters, teaming up, and then at the end you call all those people together so you can. It's the Avengers.
Sure. Well, it's just life. It's like I need somebody to help me beat this guy's ass.
Yeah. So you call all your friends.
Yeah. So.
So he's driving away now.
Driving away, going across the desert, and you see a mysterious silhouette that turns around as mother effing burnt face scarred up Boba Fett.
Yeah, it's just Jango Fett.
Jango's dead. His head was cut off.
Yeah, okay. Oh,
if you accept the prequels,
clone of Jango.
If you accept the prequels, this is Jango Boba Fett. Which I'm going to call Jabango.
Jabango.
Jabango Fett.
Jabango Fetty.
No doubt. So, and I was like, is this all they're going to show of him this entire season? Is that he would be done?
Yes. Why do we need a story now? He saw fucking The Mandalorian, unless episode 2 starts off right where this ends. It's him going to meet the Mandalorian at the ship before he takes off of the planet. Because once he leaves the planet, there's no reason to come back here unless, like...
season sweeps.
8 episodes, he's got to go. There's more to do. Why come back and do this story again?
I don't know.
But I mean, we're going to, because everybody loves Cobb, so they're going to put him back in the story. So yes, we are coming back to Tatooine at some point.
It'll be next season, though, because they've already done all the episodes. They're not going to... If they haven't already written him in, they're not going to...
That's what I mean. They already knew that he was going to be a great character.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
we'll see.
They wrote him to be very likable.
Mm-hmm.
And they got Timothy Oliphant to do it because he's a very likable guy. Good villain or bad villain.
Excuse me, I still hold to the fact that they just get their friends to act in these shows. Hey, you want a job? Yeah, you go. Yeah, you're a stand-up comedian. You'll be perfect. You won't pull people out of the show at all. Yeah, who are you, Brian Posehn? Yeah, that won't look like a flamingo barking. Anyway, I kind of hope, but it would be so stupid. It took him 5 years. Okay, so let's say that the story is going to be part of the story is going to be him going after the Mandalorian to get his armor. It's like it would really take you 5 years to find where your armor was.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I don't understand. Like, why was he out of the armor to begin with, unless he sold it to the Jawas because he didn't want to do it anymore? He was done. He got his ass kicked. He climbed out of a Sarlacc pit and was like, "I'm done with this."
Yeah.
And he survived by selling his armor to the Jawas and living the life of a nomad.
Yeah.
And then
I really don't know where you go.
Watching his armor drive away, maybe that's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know.
Whatever. Or maybe he doesn't care.
That's what I'm thinking.
He's finally going to go get used somewhere else. It's going back to the Mandalorians. Maybe he doesn't care.
Yeah. I don't know. If he doesn't care, I don't know why he's in the show at all. Other than to say, Boba Fett's still alive, you can use him in a book.
Yeah, something like that. And it's like, he's alive. Everybody has been speculating that he's been alive since whatever.
83.
Since they did the reboot.
The prequels?
No, the reboot. When they sold it to Disney, Disney was like, the expanded universe is dead. And everybody's like, what about Boba Fett? And they're like, we don't know.
Yeah, there was a book that hinted that he was dead, and everyone was like, he's dead. I did not read it.
People came out and said, yeah, Boba Fett's dead. We're not using him in anything.
Yeah, and now here he is, because everybody wants to fucking see Boba Fett.
Exactly.
You have all of these characters, and it's all anyone wants to see. And you do the exact opposite of everything people want to see. You are a-holes.
People want to see new shit. No, we don't.
No.
I mean, some of it. But we want to see our old characters doing, like...
new stuff.
Yeah.
It's like what I said with the Jawas. I didn't know why they wanted an egg The egg they just wanted to eat. It expanded on the Jawas a little bit. It makes me love the Jawas more. Sell me a toy. This is how this works. Expand on the lore. Introduce new characters along the way. Give them new stuff. Ugh.
And this is just going to be part of the mystery. It's like adding the next mystery on, so we don't think about where he's going with the child and like what he's trying to do there. He did not leave Tatooine in his ship, did he? This was the end of the episode right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he has not left Tatooine. Unless the next episode starts with him just being somewhere else.
Which I think it will.
Something has to, like, we'll see some more of Tatooine in the next episode. And then this.
I don't think they'll do that.
He doesn't know where to go next, unless he's going to sit there and access the armor.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah.
To try and figure out where to go next.
Yeah. That's smart. I didn't consider that. This whole episode, he's like, I need this to happen, and then nothing happened. So maybe
they made you forget about what he needed and focused on him doing this thing, and he still did not get what he needed at the end of the episode.
Yep. So he's probably going to talk to him. He's probably coming back next episode.
Yeah. Like I said, he saw where he's going to follow his armor. He was watching the dude to make sure he did good by his armor type thing. That's why he didn't go after it and didn't take it from him, because he wasn't being a douchebag and like lording it over people. He was protecting the peace, which is something that used to be in the old universe.
Oh yeah, before the prequels.
Yeah, before the prequels.
He was like some kind of cop or something. Yeah,
peacekeeper who like ratted out on other people.
Yeah,
like he ratted out the dirty cops and they beat the shit out of him.
See, that's why I started reading these
scars,
because I thought these would address that stuff and like his original identity before he was a clone.
I can't remember where I read it.
I think it's in the Bounty Hunter Wars
comics and a book.
Yeah, maybe. I think it's also in like the Bounty Hunter War, or that is the Bounty Hunter Wars. No, what? There's maybe it's Tales from the Bounty Hunters or something like that.
Maybe it was. Yeah, I think it was the Tales of the Bounty Hunters.
Yeah.
But he was also in Tales of the Jabba's Palace. It could have been that one where he's climbing out of the Sarlacc pit book. He's talking about his past. Or dreaming about his past to the Sarlacc.
Yeah, that they did that. This one, this book is like, it's back and forth between after the Sarlacc, where he fell in, and after the sail barge have blown up and stuff. Right. And Dengar has come to find him and take care of him, bring him back to life. And then it also jumps back in time to Boba Fett being hired to destroy the Bounty Hunter Guild. Mm-hmm. And I find that so not as interesting as Dengar pulling him out of the Sarlacc and stuff.
Yeah. I remember that part.
Well, he like set off a missile or something from his jetpack, I think, to blow himself out of the Sarlacc. Something like that. They describe it.
Go into more depth than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But yeah, that book I like the stuff after the sail barge more than him doing stuff to like screw over the shell huts and stuff.
Right.
I have never had to stare at myself in the face and talk so much useless Star Wars stuff before. Not just about this show, but like about books that are like 25 years old. And I'm like, wow, I devoted a good portion of my life to reading this crap.
How far did you get in the Vong series?
I finished it. I didn't read the digital ones that they later reprinted.
No, there was where Boba Fett takes Jaina to train her in the ways of the Mandalorian.
That's afterwards, I think you told me about. It was with like Jason becoming evil.
Oh, right. That may have been. Yeah, you're right. That was the New Legacy or whatever books where.
Yeah, it's just called Legacy, I think. I don't like the idea of Jason becoming a bad guy.
Yeah, no, the whole time it didn't feel. It just felt off the whole time, even when because he wasn't really a dark. He wasn't really using the dark side.
Yeah.
He like tapped into it, but he was tapping into. He was being like a gray Jedi, like he was using light side and dark side energy at the same time, basically.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
the only dark thing he did was he turned Anakin's little ex girlfriend
Evil.
That's
Tahiri or whatever.
Yeah.
However you pronounce Star Wars names.
That's all he really did that was super evil, other than kill Mara.
Yeah. I don't want to see Mara die, and I don't want Jason to be a jerk, and
oh yeah, it was just to be a jerk. There was no reason to kill her other than for Jason to be a dick.
Yeah.
To make him even more, to make him evil, that's what they did.
The Vong, the New Jedi Order, was the best way to continue the universe and to end the whole storytelling. Because the way it ends is they're a big happy family sitting around the table, minus Chewbacca and Anakin. Spoilers. But I was like, they introduced a new villain, a new threat. They made them significant and a problem for everyone, including the Jedi, who'd never faced anything like that. And it was absolutely terrifying. And then it ends, and they're all happy. And I'm like, Star Wars is done. That was it.
Yeah, it was a perfect ending to Star Wars. They didn't need to go any further. I mean, if they did, then it should have been just
hundreds of years in the future.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, do the Knights of the Old Republic, but effing further ahead. Knights of the New Republic.
There you go.
Yeah.
Or Knights of the New Republic.
Yeah, whatever.
Galactic Republic.
Sure.
Knights of the Galactic Republic.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. But I read... It took me forever, but I finally finished the 19 New Jedi Order books. And the Vonger. New Jedi Order. Vong.
Oh, the Vong ones, yeah.
Yeah. Took me forever, but yeah.
Yeah, apparently.
And I'm still slowly going through the Invasion comics, but I don't know if it has an ending. Because they canceled it.
Yeah, I don't think it does. I remember having a bunch of them, or a few of them, and then just being gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dark Horse is amazing.
I have 3 trades of it, and I think that's all they put out.
Possibly.
Yeah. Anyways, so what else about this episode? Overall, you like it?
Yeah, it was. I enjoyed it. It was a good watch.
Yeah.
Like I said, it had some nerd complaints, but if you're an average person just coming in to watch it for the first time, you really know anything other than the movies of Star Wars, or hell, if you don't know anything about Star Wars, so you'll enjoy watching it because it had everything you want in a story.
It's entertaining.
Yeah, I mean it's a little slow in places and it's redundant in other places, but overall, it's a good story. It's a good Star Wars story.
It's a good standalone comic, one shot.
It's a good standalone story, just having to do in that universe. And now I am curious on how they're going to bring Ahsoka into this and all this other stuff that they say that's going to be in there. I mean, if this is because they said they were bringing Boba Fett into this. If this is how they brought Boba Fett in, and this is it, we don't see him anymore after this. That's perfect for me.
Oh yeah,
I'll be fine with it. I don't need to see any more of this. That's how they want to leave Boba Fett, then fuck it. Because obviously Boba Fett has not been doing anything that he was in the expanded universe in the last 5 years. So, however they make their Boba Fett's not going to be Boba Fett to me. Obviously he had Sand People stuff, so he's either fought the Sand People or he became a Sand person. Or maybe he was the one that was sitting there not doing anything.
Or Or maybe the people that make the show don't know that that's not just a standard weapon. It's actually a Tusken thing, and they're like, just give it to them. Yeah, that's what all scavengers have. They really need someone on quality control.
I had a thing I was going to ask, but I can't remember what it was now.
Ahsoka?
What were you just talking about? No, go back to the
Boba Fett?
Yeah.
Ahsoka, I assume they're gonna give the kid to her or something, or she's gonna be like they live over there. I'm Ahsoka, and I'm gonna shoot myself in the head because I hate Ahsoka.
Think she'll show up at the season finale.
They said she, yeah, maybe. Or on that boat. I keep thinking of that boat from the trailer, and I'm like, she's gonna have something to do with that episode.
I haven't seen anything.
No, they're just on this little ferry going across a river. Something.
Oh, I guess it was all the different people coming into the Star Wars, or that they're putting into this, that are from other more popular aspects of Star Wars.
What are you saying? You like that? Is that what you said?
No, I was just asking about it. They're putting Ahsoka in, and then they're gonna put. Oh, who was the fucking dude who stole Boba Fett's armor in the comics?
There's Jodo Cast dresses like him.
Cast. Or he didn't he proclaim to be Boba Fett at certain times?
Yeah, well, there's a comic called Twin Engines of Destruction, and he's like he has some Boba Fett's talking crap when he's beating the crap out of him, and he's like he breaks him. He's like, you've been poisoned. There's the antidote. There's a bomb that's gonna go off, and he's like, if you're good, or if you were me, or something if you try really hard, you can escape this, but you're not me. And Jodo Cast is just like, and then he leaves, and I guess it just all blows up. But yeah, he was masquerading as Boba Fett to get the money and stuff.
That's what I thought this was going to be. They were going to incorporate that into this. Kind of glad they didn't.
Yeah, but that is kind of a common thing of having somebody wear an armor and they're not that person. So I kind of dug that. And then the fact that it didn't look like it fit him was great.
I thought they were going to call him Jodo Cast and go in that direction.
Oh no, he's expanded universe. They won't. They'll come up with their.
Oh, I know they don't. They're picking and choosing some things, and I just thought that's what they were gonna He was gonna call himself a Mandalorian. He wasn't. He was just saying, "I'm wearing the armor. I'm not pretending to be anything. I'm not. I'm just using this to protect my town." And I think that's why Boba Fett didn't go after his armor.
Yeah, maybe
it wasn't being used.
That's a brilliant point, though, that he didn't get the information, so he probably isn't leaving Tatooine yet. So he's probably going to see him next episode.
Yeah, unless he's like I said, trying to get the information from the armor somehow. Try downloading it if he can, and that'll either say he's going to put on the helmet and it's going to tell him that the original owner of the helmet is still alive somewhere, somehow. Or he's going to show up on the ship before it takes off. Or he'll be on the ship when it takes off and he just, old school alien style, just starts putting his armor back on and then they fight on ship.
I don't think they're going to fight. I think they're going to use him very sparingly.
Yeah, I know. That's just me being...
I'm Steve. I'm sorry. Hey, it's a harsh turn. What?
It's almost 1 a.m. my time, which my body is telling me is 2 a.m.
Oh yeah,
because this damn time train, it messed me up all day today. I was not right. I couldn't figure out why, and then Lindsay's like, "Yeah, the time changed already."
Yeah,
that's why I'm still. Yeah, I thought it was tonight.
Yeah, Andrea told me this morning, and I was like, "Oh, that happens now."
Yeah, I mean,
it's reading time.
Alexa's talking to me.
Oh, well, good to know.
She usually tells me when it's 10 so that I put everything down and go read, but I haven't been doing that for months. Yeah. Yeah. So do you want to start wrapping it up? It's 10 p.m. here.
Yeah, it's 1 a.m. here.
Yeah. I think I showed you. I got the Django toy box.
Yes. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool looking. I looked at those. I like all the figures. There was a
Darth Maul.
Peter Quill, Star-Lord.
I have him. He hangs out with my Star Wars figures.
He looks so badass.
Yeah.
There's actually quite a few of them. I love all the joints and stuff.
Yeah. The legs can be a little iffy because they're so thin, but like especially at the pelvis, but they're pretty cool.
Yeah, I like the style of them.
Yeah. I worked on these. I worked on these games. What?
I want the Spider-Man ones.
I have one of him. I have like 2 Hulks. My brother. It's funny because like I worked on the games doing game testing for it. So if you can read any Arabic in the Star Wars games, you're welcome, because they had gibberish and it was backwards and crap. And I was like, this is all wrong. But so since I worked on that game and those figures started coming out, my brother was just getting them for Christmas for me. And I think it was last year or the year before, Andrea got like this nice little bag with like a card and a book and like a gift card to Barnes and Noble. My brother brings out this box. It's big and red, and it has Tony Stark Hulkbuster, and you press a button on him and his helmet lights up and it makes all this noise, and I'm like, yay. Like it's like you brought me a fire truck.
That's okay.
Yeah,
that's good stuff.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I like the toy box one. They're just way too expensive. I looked at Boba Fett, couldn't find them for less than $75.
He's kind of old. He's a couple years old now, so it would be stupid of them not to re-release him. But that's Disney, because they probably won't re-release him.
All right. So this was good. No more nonsense.
Well, for the next 7 weeks, because there's only 8 episodes. Then we're back to nonsense and nobody watching. So, all right.
Whatever. It is what it is, man. I'm having fun. You having fun? Yeah, enjoyable. I noticed we get views later on.
Yeah, it happens. Well, even with like the streams that I listen to, I listen to them like when I make breakfast and stuff. I don't always catch them while they're going on. And a lot of people like listen to them like driving to work or whatever.
Gotcha.
All right. Oh, I didn't put any links in, did I?
No.
Shoot. The real... Oh, damn it. Let's wrap this up then. Real Shine Chromo. The real... Smacked. Should have had this. The wife got very friendly like 15 minutes before the show, so I had to, I didn't quite prep right. Real Smacked in the Head. And then where's yours? Instagrammy. It's all in the links in the description of the video, or at least it should be.
I haven't really posted anything new or anything lately, so I don't.
That's fine. We're all judging you.
That's fine.
Fine. All right. So, folks, if you stuck around this long, I want to ask you to like this video and subscribe to the channel. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I am at The Real Sean Crummel. Application window. I skipped you. I usually do you first. This is just regular Instagram. I post nonsense. And
20 seconds.
You what?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
So, anyway, if you want to follow me on Instagram, I'm The Real Sean Crummel. If you want to follow my comic that I hope to crowdfund in the near future, that is at The Real Smacked in the Head on Instagram. I would post to Twitter more, but nobody ever pays attention to my Twitter. And then if you want to follow Steve,
Yeah. You want to?
he is SJP Second Toy Chest, and he posts nonsense, which is quite in line with our show.
Yeah.
There you go.
Toys are not nonsense.
Yeah. Toys are life. How dare you? Let's see if I put the links in the actual thing. Hey, I'm streaming now. Boom. Oh yeah, there you go. Links in the description below. I could have just said that.
Yeah, you know.
So what do you know? Little footballs. All right, guys.
Aces out.
We will see you next week for episode 2. Hopefully, I don't screw up the times because I somehow screw up the times every week.
Same time.
Sure, if you want. If you want to, I like it because we went for 2 hours this time, and we kind of needed to.
Yeah, definitely. No time constraints on me at this out late.
Yeah. For me, it's just I can't talk super loud or yell because
whatever you're doing right now is perfect. I hear you perfect. Test. Yeah.
Test. It's a bit late for that. 2 hours late. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. I'm going to sleep or something. All right. Bye.